Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for my second video. Today we are taking a look at the brand new iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now this is the phone that I am actually most excited about because this is the one that I personally am probably going to be rocking as a daily driver. Now before we get into this video, please subscribe to the channel. We have some awesome content coming. We actually already have an iPhone 12 mini video up today if you guys want to check that out too. But without further ado, let's just jump straight into the unboxing and setup. So upside down, but boy, look how big this phone is. This just feels massive after playing around with the iPhone 12 mini. Boy, that camera system though, I don't know if you can see quite how far that sticks out. Maybe I'll do it that way. That is just giant. That is immediately the first thing I noticed. I mean, compared to like the iPhone 11 Pro Max, like you can really see the difference there. But looking at the size, I mean, I thought it was going to be smaller because the smaller bezels, but it's slightly bigger. I mean, granted, we're rocking a 6.5 inch screen on this one, and this is a massive 6.7 inch screen. So let's go ahead and peel this guy up and turn this on. Let's take a look at what else is in the box real fast while this guy's booting up. Holy crap, that is huge. So again, typical stuff in the box. We have our USB-C to Lightning adapter. Again, no charging brick. And pretty standard paperwork here. We have our SIMjection tool. We have our Apple sticker. I guess it's singular sticker now. Yeah, it's just one. We used to get two. Dang. And again, with the paperwork, no more images on it. It's super simplistic legal paperwork. So that is what's in the box. It's pretty slimmed down this year. Let's go ahead and set up this phone. Now, in my prior video, I skipped through all these steps, but in this video, I'm actually going to set up my phone with all my data using this new method that I think was introduced in iOS 13. So just going to scan that guy real fast right there, and we'll let the data transfer real fast. Alright, so it looks like we're on to the next step of setting up Face ID. I'll go ahead and set that up real fast. Face ID has been set up. Boy, this camera, I'm just like holding the phone and I keep coming back to that. That is just massive. Again, that's one of the major features of this phone. It's one, it's the display size, but two, it's the camera system. This is the only phone to receive these larger sensors. Even the 12 Pro, the smaller version, doesn't have these larger sensors in it. So that will be interesting to take a look at the camera on this phone. I'm just going to keep breezing through some of these setups, these on-screen steps. And there we have it. Now that is set up, it's going to transfer the rest of the data over. I'll let it do this process off screen and be right back. I guess while it's transferring data, we can take a look at MagSafe of how this connects. So just like that, it sticks on there pretty dang good, but you can kind of see it jumps to it just like that. That's much more reasonable than the iPhone 12 mini. I mean, it just took up the whole entire phone. That is just crazy to me. Alright, so for whatever reason, that was just going to take an absurdly long amount of time. I don't know what was going on there, but we're just not going to transfer apps and data right now. I believe it did transfer my iCloud information, but I'll just walk through these final steps here on the iPhone. Set up wallet later, set up screen time later. You know, it will stick to dark mode, standard zoom. And here's the main shebang, guys. Welcome to iPhone. This is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And just look at how big that screen is. I mean, let me take it out of dark mode actually, just so we can get a better gist of how massive that is. It's slight, but it's there for sure. And that's kind of what I feel about this phone is it worth upgrading from the iPhone 11 to this? I would say definitely not. There were so many just minor updates, slightly bigger screen, 5G for slightly faster phone, slightly larger sensors in the camera, slightly faster processor, but does that make it worth upgrading? I don't think so from last year, even from the XS, maybe not even from the 10. I mean, this phone, granted it's a lot smaller, it still packs a punch even today. It works perfectly fine. So, I mean, comparing the two models that came out today, the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the iPhone 12 mini, you know, these phones definitely do have a market for some people, but I think the majority of people are going to go for just the iPhone 12 or even last year's iPhone 11. Anyhow, I will do the same thing that I did in my last video. I'm going to change just a couple of settings. Now they might have actually transferred from my last phone, but I disable auto lock. That just drives me insane. And I also disable auto brightness. Again, this is kind of for selfish reasons, but when I'm recording, like right now, I can tell it's already raised the brightness, and it makes it really hard to see on screen. Now, the last thing that I change in the settings app, and this one is kind of particular to these iPhone 12s, is I go into cellular. Now, we're going to have to add our SIM card to, wow, I went to the right side. The SIM card is now on the left on these phones, so I will go ahead and pull that tray out. I think my SIM card was in the iPhone 12 mini from the last video. Now, I'm really excited to try out the iPhone 12 mini, and so my SIM card is probably going to go back into that for a couple of days to try it out. But for this video, let me pop my SIM card in. Again, it goes upside down now, and then just slides back in the side of the phone right there. So, cellular has loaded already. So one area that I go into, I believe, is it cellular data options? It is. So I go to voice and data. Now, if you're not in an area that has 5G, I honestly just turn it back to LTE to save battery life. 5G Auto will use 5G when 5G is available, but again, it's constantly searching for a 5G signal, and there's just not enough 5G signal out there right now. Or you can just turn 5G on. This is really going to hurt battery life. So, you know, the other two, turning off auto brightness and turning off auto lock, probably don't help battery, which is kind of why I do that last setting to, you know, even the playing field there a little bit. But real fast, I will go ahead and download Geekbench just to run a quick Geekbench test. So on my last video with the iPhone 12 mini, I did a 5G test, and I get 4G speeds in this area. So for this video, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on Wi-Fi and just show you guys how good the Wi-Fi is in these new phones. Like, I'm paying for 100 down, and look at that, we're getting like close to 110 at times. We'll wait for the final result here, but the Wi-Fi is just absolutely incredible. 111, that's the final result. My upload is terrible, but like I said, we'll end this video on a Geekbench test. I'll go ahead and run that real fast. So while the Geekbench test is running, I kind of forgot that I ordered a case as well. Let's throw this guy on real fast. Just pull that out. I mean, this case is just massive too. I almost wonder if this is becoming too big of a phone at this point. Because it definitely is slightly bigger than your iPhone 11, but hopefully this won't mess up the Geekbench. I'll try not to hit the power button, and there we go. I mean, even with the case on, it looks like the same like bezel size as last year. You know, that's impressive. And yeah, I mean, official Apple cases, look at this ridiculous like camera protection around this on the case this year. Even if I pull up, you know, our official last year Apple case, granted it's in white, but like, it's just so obvious. It was so slim on this, but this is just a massive camera array, and That, I think, is probably the biggest thing that surprised me about this phone, aside from its size. Yeah, so hope you guys appreciate that little comparison here. I did this in my last video. Let's go ahead and also compare the sizes of these phones. So this is the iPhone 10. We have the iPhone 12 mini right there. Let's actually center these up while we're at it, make it look nice. And then I have the iPhone SE, one of the older versions. Again, the new version is about the same size of the iPhone 8, 7, 6, just the 4.7-inch display. So with a massive 6.7-inch display, an incredible processor, this definitely makes for one heck of a phone. But unless it's your thing to have a massive phone, I don't know if this is going to be the best one for you. Thank you so much for watching my second video today and making it to the very end. Please subscribe if you enjoy content from us. Honestly, it's a pleasure making videos like this. I really enjoy just talking tech. We have some awesome videos coming next week, the HomePod Mini, the new Max, and hopefully some awesome jailbreak news soon too. Thank you so much for watching today's video, but until next time, this is Tony, signing out.